My friends, my fellow generationees, they call us the lost generation. I was at Desperation 2019. It was 10:20 in the morning. I heard this, and God revealed what the millennials or any prior generation might call us. I've kind of been pondering and thinking about what this might mean and what effect it has on our generation, but most importantly, why would they call us that? Why would they call us that? I believe it's because they only see the world breaking us or the world breaking around us, not the shepherd carrying us or us getting closer. Now, I never pulled much more from the parable I'm about to tell you after about the 100th time of hearing it. But I can remember very vividly the Lord revealing things to me through this parable, and I started to write it down right away. It was this parable that Jesus said in Luke 15, 4-6. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he leave the 99 others in the wilderness and go search for the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he will joyfully carry it home on his shoulders. When he arrives, he will call together his friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice with me because I have found my lost sheep." I feel like we misinterpret this, or at least I used to. I used to think that because it says he left the 99, that it literally meant he left those of us who stayed close. Now, my freshman and beginning of this sophomore year, I had a time where I felt like he might have left me. I felt very alone, and I had a feeling that I knew everybody, but was friends with no one. Now, I felt like I was the kid you might smile at in the hallway or give a friendly nod as you pass by in the hall, but never really felt like I had a friend, like there was no one that was there for me. I walked to lunch alone each day, but I took this opportunity to really tuck into the Lord. I started to set my quiet times in the morning while I was maybe brushing my teeth and doing my hair. I started to feel at peace and feel that I was no longer alone. The Lord told me that I am never alone because he never has and he never will leave me or you. Now, I want you to hear and really take in that we're not all lost, and that doesn't mean that the Lord left us, because he is the perfect Father. He just wants us to be closer. He made us to be so close to him. In fact, in biblical times, if one particular sheep continued to run off, he would either allow that sheep to be injured or break its leg. That way, the shepherd would have to carry the sheep. After the healing process, that sheep would become one of the closest to the shepherd. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the Lord's literally gonna break your leg. He might allow us to go through a tough time occasionally or allow us to feel far from him, so we have to run back and we have to be carried by the Good Shepherd. We can feel lost in many things. For example, we could feel lost in our schoolwork. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but I feel as if the schoolwork and the standards we are put under are sometimes so overwhelming. However, the Lord is right there with us. He doesn't want us to fail. We could also feel lost in our social life, as if we might not be able to make any friends. But God is the provider and will provide with the right people in our lives. Maybe we feel lost in our faith. Maybe we just hit a point where we don't know how to advance, or we feel a disconnect from God. Now, this could look different for everybody in here. It might feel like a disconnect because of sin, or because you think he's mad at us. Let me tell you, he's not. No matter what it is, just remember, no matter how far you stray or how long you stay, the Lord will always find you and is always with you because he is the perfect shepherd and we are his sheep. Now you might be asking yourself, how can I grow close to the Lord? I believe there are many things we can do to live out being closer to God in order to not feel lost, in order to break the label of loss that is placed on our generation and to fulfill what the Lord is doing in our lives. Like I said, we can do one of many things. We could make a set time to read our Bible regularly. We could spend more time one-on-one with the Lord, like in your car ride to school or when you're brushing your teeth. You could even just actually listen to the words of a worship song. Most of those are straight out of Scripture. You should have an open conversation with the Lord, just like your text conversation with your best friend. It's open all day, right? We should have an open conversation with the Lord all day, simply because he is the one who made us. He is our best friend. He is the perfect Father. The Lord is our Good Shepherd.